Hey guys, so I just was going to go ahead and show you the process of what I'm doing. So one of the things that I've learned in life is that it's usually better to just illustrate things. So if you're watching this live, well, and as live as I can be right now, I am going ahead and punching up my art pieces that I'm going to be adding today to the lineup. And then in doing so, I'm also showing you how I do it. But while I'm doing that on one camera, I'm going to be multitasking and talking directly to you. So what I wanted to share with you is the story of how I came into drawing in the first place. I am not one of those people who has delusions of grandeur here. I know that my pieces may not be for everybody, and I know that they probably aren't the best in the world, but the intention is better than that. And what happened was that as a bartender, I was working behind the bar. It was after Mardi Gras. And a young man came in with his mother, and I could tell that he was autistic. I didn't know how I knew that, but I knew that he was. And so it wasn't like he was overly, like on the scale, he wasn't overly, there were no real indications other than nuances to how he spoke and stuff like that. And so in the process of meeting him and talking to him, I really kind of fell in love with how smart he was and his passion for, I believe in this particular case, his passion was for chocolate. Like he knew everything humanly knowable about chocolate. And so I engaged it, and I found out, quite a bit about chocolate, which is probably why now I eat chocolate on a regular basis. But the thing that sparked my interest was the fact that I started to recognize things that I had experienced firsthand in the GT community. So back in the day when I was a youngster, fifth grade I was accepted or invited to the GT program. And what that is that you basically test in through IQ, and without getting to the boring part of it, I got in. I'm on the stupid side of smart, but I got in nonetheless. And it was a feeling that I got while I was in there, which is that I started to notice a separation, almost like a manner of being that was kind of universal for the smart people, which was the higher the IQ was, the less able they were to interact with me. And what I meant by that is that they really liked me. I mean, I was popular as a kid, so it wasn't like they were trying to shun me, but it was more like they just physically couldn't find a way to bridge the gap between myself and where I'm at and what they were trying to say. And there's nothing wrong with that. But have you ever noticed with an autistic person, a child or an adult, that it's not that they are by any means not smart in something. They are brilliant people in some things. And so I wondered if it was now just a measure of, was that the evolutionary end result to super smart people? And obviously I don't have the science behind that yet, because they're asking that same question themselves. But one of the things that I wanted to kind of find out during that exposure was I wanted to start engaging the ability, or the possibility, that we are able to somehow communicate with them in a way that is both healthy and that is not somehow degrading them or talking down to them. And so I devised the idea that I was going to start drawing, because drawing is a universal form of communication, and as a communication specialist, it really interested me, the idea that could actually pay a way to what they know and what they think. And so that's where this all came from. And so now, as an adult, I realized how much integration that this had to do with my soul's mission, which is to communicate and to train and to educate people on different ways of looking at life and different ways of looking at things. And I wanted to engage the conversation of maybe this is a possibility that we can all adopt in communications. If you are somehow a director of some form of communication, why not add back drawing or some sort of arts? Because in this country, arts is disappearing quite quickly, and it leads to mathematics, it leads to a better understanding of physics and science. And so all of these are great, healthy things that we should probably engage. So why not try it out? What is it that the autistic community knows? And so that's what I'm trying to find out, and I'm trying to incorporate it into my day-to-day and how to run an effective business in an altruistic channel kind of way. That's what I want to say. All right, bye.